In a culture of ever-changing fashion trends that seem to be gravitating more toward leisure and away from dressing in our Sunday best, there's comfort in holding on to timeless classics. So maybe that's why this dress has been consistently popular. Created in the 1950s, the cherry dress has been a staple wardrobe choice for special occasions, particularly for the St. Louis community, but also around the world. The cherry dress is a simple cotton box-pleated frock with Peter Pan piped collar and cherry embellishes down the front. In other words, it's adorable. But it's the history behind the dress and the mission it supports that really holds it together at the seams.
I think that the handcrafted traditional nature of the garment with its history has something that resonates with everyone today.
Julie Peters is the executive director for the Women's Exchange of St. Louis, where the cherry dress has been exclusively sold for over 60 years.
So the Women's Exchange was founded in 1883 by women who realized that other women were falling on hard financial times. And in 1883, it was not appropriate for women to have work outside of the home.
The Women's Exchange gave women the opportunity to make handmade items from their home, like dresses and baked goods, and the exchange would sell the items in their gift shop. And while soon after opening, they extended opportunities for artisans of all socioeconomic statuses, the Women's Exchange was originally founded to assist more well-to-do ladies of St. Louis who had fallen on hard financial times.
So the exchange was set up on a premise of secrecy and anonymity to allow women to sell their handmade garments, but not be known to the rest of the community because of the shame and the stigma associated with that financial hardship at the time.
It's for this reason that the identity of the very first creator of the cherry dress has not been disclosed to the public. There is record of the dress first being sold in 1954, and there is good evidence as to why the demand for the pricey garment skyrocketed in 1963.
So the cherry dress was prominently featured on the cover of Palm Beach magazine when Jackie Kennedy Onassis was leaving church with John F. Kennedy Jr. And that at that time, the dress and the cherry suit kind of shot to a more national audience.
It was a lot of work for the seamstress at the time, who was making over 400 garments a year. But she kept it up until the mid-1980s. And although she chose to keep her identity from the public, the seamstress who took over after her was proud about associating her name with the famous frock. Ellie Dressel of Hazelwood was the only seamstress of the cherry dress for 30 years. Ellie, a divorced mother, was able to support her family by making the dress, just like the many women working with the exchange before and after her.
I'm Kathy O'Neill, and I make the cherry dresses for the Women's Exchange.
Kathy O'Neill began sewing for the Women's Exchange when her children were young to supplement her family's income. She took a step back until 2016 after all 3 children went away to college, and she returned in a much larger capacity.
It happened that at that time, Ellie, she needed a little bit of help keeping her orders up, so they asked if I'd be willing to try it. So I did. Sadly, that summer, Ellie passed away unexpectedly, so I took over what she had been doing for over 30 years. So I feel like I've walked into big shoes.
Big shoes to fill and big orders to fill, as the cherry dress remains just as in demand as 60 years ago.
I would say I probably spend 30 to 40 hours a week, and I usually make 8 to 12 dresses a week. It picks up at certain times of the year. It's with the holidays approaching and people wanting to do family photos and Christmas cards and events. But honestly, the demand almost goes year-round for them. And I think the pandemic actually helped because it forced the shop to make more of an online presence. So now we're shipping not only cherry dresses, but other consigned items around the country.
As the cherry dress has made its appearance around the country on children of social icons and community members alike, the exchange inevitably ran into some copycat artisans trying to pass knockoff cherry outfits as the real deal. That's what led them to receive a federal trademark for the garment in 2016. This was necessary not only to maintain the St. Louis authenticity, but also to ensure that the proceeds can go towards supporting the artisans, like the women participating in the immigrant training program who spend an hour making each individual cherry embellishment.
We give up to 70% of our retail sales to our artisans, and we are able to give them that money when they give us the garment. I think that the idea of it being a very classic, easy garment to pick for your little one makes it an easy choice. But I also think that there's a lot of people who just enjoy supporting the mission.
The style and price might not be for everyone, but there are many layers as to what does make this garment so desirable. It might be supporting the mission of the Women's Exchange. It might be the handcrafted, high-quality fabric. Or for some, it might just be about continuing a long-lived St. Louis tradition.
A lot of people that buy them are buying them for grandchildren, but they had them on their children, or maybe they even wore them as children. I think there's something very classic about dressing little girls like little girls, so I do think there's always going to be a market for them.
For Living St. Louis, I'm Brooke Butler.